The month of Yampil was rescued from an abandoned zoo in the Donetsk region of Ukraine. On September 12, it was accepted by the Five Sisters Zoo in Scotland. The eastern façade line stored wreckage of an abandoned zoo in Donetsk region of Ukraine. Russian and Ukraine forces that all cities were reduced as rubble war. Get a very severe appeal. He beat his house and his caregivers had already gone. 200 friends had. But somehow, when Ukrainian soldiers discovered the zoo in autumn last autumn, a lonely Asian black bear was sticking to life in a cell. According to a press release, it exploded near a shell bear cage and shaken it and caused by lack of food. It seemed like days of death. However, the volunteers turned the bear into a truck and took him to security. After the village he found, they called him Yampil and hoped that he could make a symbolic healing. Now, Yampil has a new house thousands of miles away from the war. In a press release on Tuesday, Five Sisters in Scotland promised to help adopt and recover. He had a little journey, he said to the Washington Post. Pizzi described Yampil as a gentle giant who believes in a large size, extremely calm, cautious, really beautiful. Piz Pizzi said. The Ukrainian forces were rescued from Russian occupation in late September 2022 because it established a rapid counter-capture of key cities in Donetsk region. Kiev Independent reported that volunteers who helped Ukrainian soldiers in the zoo found dozens of animal corpses. According to The Independent, Yampil was discovered in a shellfish of the zoo, locked in small cell. The Rus troops competed to evacuate the bear before the village. Yampil was whisked from the front and was taken to a Poland zoo, then a Belgian wildlife rehabilitation center, and he gradually returned to health. Merkez contacted Five Sisters zoos in the brown bears rescued from the center. When we were informed about the terrible treatment and conditions that Yampil was exposed to, our hearts were broken, he said in a press release of the zoo. Pizzi went to Belgium on Monday to meet Yampil and evaluate the status of the bear. He said he was worried about wage of war against the mental health of bear. Very clever, Piz Pizzi said. We don't know exactly what he was going through, but frankly he experienced something very stressful. But according to Pizzi's surprise, Yampil flexible. The only operation it will need is a root channel for a broken tooth. He's looking at health much better, Piz Pizzi said. This is quite inspiring. Pizzi said that Five Sisters plans to meet Yampil in the beginning of 2024. HAVARAN garden building a new protection for bear market and BELGİKA head healthy environment. Yampil, unlike many Asian black bears, seems to escape from the climbing trees. Fulfill more injury, physical or mental, to say that it may be too early to say whether it will emerge. He added, if everything goes well, Yampil, a young adult man, could live in Scotland for a